Let me tell you a story. Not just any story. This is the tale of Ayodhya, a city so pure that even the wind whispered prayers as it passed through its golden gates. Ayodhya stood in the heart of Bharata, where the sacred river Sarayu flowed like a silver thread through emerald fields. On its banks rose the jewel of all kingdoms, a place untouched by war, unspoiled by greed. It was a city where dharma ruled, where justice was not merely spoken but lived. At the center of this great city sat King Dasharatha, a ruler revered by both his people and the gods. He came from the lineage of the sun god, Surya. He was a descendant of the Ikshvaku dynasty, the solar dynasty, among the most ancient and noble bloodlines known across realms. As a warrior, Dasharatha was unmatched, yet more than glory, he loved peace. His strength was tempered by wisdom and his might softened by compassion. Despite his many blessings, a prosperous kingdom, loyal subjects, and 3 extraordinary queens, sorrow cast a quiet shadow over his life, for he had no children. Now, the queens of Ayodhya were each remarkable in their own way. First was Queen Kausalya, daughter of the king of Kosala. As the eldest queen, she commanded respect effortlessly. Her eyes held the depth of wisdom, her voice the calm of dawn. Known for her devotion, she often meditated beneath the banyan tree in the palace courtyard, seeking blessings not for herself, but for her husband. She yearned for a son, strong, virtuous, noble. Next was Queen Kaikeyi, bold and fiercely independent. Hailing from the land of Kekeya, a realm famed for its warriors, she embodied courage. In one legendary battle, she saved Dasharatha's life by taking the reins of a broken chariot and guiding him to safety while tending to his wounds. Deeply impressed, the king granted her 2 boons, gifts she accepted but never used. Some say it was love, others whisper of ambition. Yet none could deny her fire, her loyalty, and her laughter that echoed through the palace. Finally, there was Queen Sumitra, the 3rd wife. She was gentle and wise, speaking little but with words that carried great depth. Though youngest and least favored by title, she served her co-queens with kindness and her king with unwavering loyalty. Her longing for a child came not from status, but from the simple wish to nurture, to love, to watch a child grow. The palace echoed with longing. The queens offered prayers, temples glowed with flickering lamps, and sages meditated under the stars. Yet the gods remained silent. Then one evening, King Dasharatha summoned his court. His voice trembled as he addressed the sages before him. My kingdom prospers, yet my heart remains heavy. Without sons, my legacy will vanish like footprints in the tide. The court fell silent. Then sage Vashishta, the royal preceptor, spoke. There is a way, he said. Perform the Putrakameshti Yagna, a sacred fire ritual for progeny. Only then may the gods bless you with sons. Hope stirred in the king's heart, and preparations began immediately. Priests traveled from distant lands. Sacred herbs were gathered, gold and ghee were prepared, and presiding over it all was sage Rishyasringa, boy sage of rare purity, untouched by worldly life. The yagna lasted many days. Smoke coiled skyward in spirals, Vedic chants filled the air, and on the final night, a miracle occurred. From the flames emerged a radiant being, glowing with divine light. In his hands, he held a pot of divine payasam, sweet as nectar. This is the blessing of the gods, he said. Let your queens partake of this offering, and they shall bear sons destined to shape the world. With reverence, the king returned to the palace and gave the sacred portion to his queens. Kausalya accepted hers with trembling hands, whispering prayers. Kaikeyi's expression was unreadable as she consumed her share. And Sumitra smiled gently, as if already sensing the life to come. Time passed, the queens were soon with child, and joy swept through Ayodhya. The streets bloomed with garlands of marigold and mango leaves. Music resounded, dancers spun in delight, birds seemed to sing more sweetly. Then, on a radiant morning, a prince was born to Queen Kausalya, a child with lotus petal eyes and a calm, timeless gaze. He was named Rama. Soon after, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharata, a son of strength and fiery spirit. And Queen Sumitra bore not one but two sons, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, twins united by a bond stronger than fate. 4 sons, 4 paths intertwined. The palace filled with celebration. Rishis blessed the newborns, the people rejoiced, and the heavens themselves seemed to sing. But this joy was but the beginning, for destiny had already begun to stir. What followed was a tale of duty, exile, love, war, and the triumph of righteousness. A story not just of princes, but of ideals. That tale, however, belongs to another night. Until then, may the memory of Ayodhya linger in your hearts, and may the light of Rama always guide your path.